Hello everybody, this is ManuS and welcome to another Eternal News episode. So today I want to talk about the new adventure called Dead Reckoning. We have the first 3 spoilers of the, I think, 25 new cards if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, let's dive right in and take a look. This is the first one and the least exciting one. This has been spoiled 2 days ago. Which is why I didn't make a video yet, because that was the only thing to talk about and the card is just super underwhelming. It puts a unit or relic on the bottom of its owner's deck. It's not even a fast spell, it costs 6, it costs triple time, so it's pretty bad if you ask me. Like, I mean, we have that 6 cost removal that silences all other units in Justice, and this is about as bad. It has some more flexibility, because it gets rid of like Entomb and Revenge type stuff, and can hit relics as well, but yeah, it's about as bad as that rare. It's just too expensive and inflexible and underpowered for what it does. Like, it's unfortunate. Like, in a normal set I would say this is a card aimed at draft, but in adventure I don't know what the card is aimed at because it's not draftable, so I don't know. It's just a terrible card. Next we have an awesome one, Uru Pacifier. This card is sort of like the Uru Sandstorm Titan in a way, because it's definitely pretty overstated for its cost. We have a 3-drop, heavy influence requirements with double Justice Primal, but we get a 3/4 flyer with Overwhelm. The Overwhelm is like a bit weird honestly, because it's not that big of a deal. On a unit of this size, it would become relevant if you would say put a Hammer of Might on it, but you can't, because it says weapons can't be played. That counts for weapons and relic weapons, which is pretty cool. Like, this basically blocks the very powerful Rune Hammer and the occasional Hammer of Might or Deep Forged Blade, and of course also Starsteel Daisho and the more fringe Sword of Icaria. Yeah, I mean, getting a 3/4 Overwhelm flyer for 3 is pretty great, and the Overwhelm mostly matters for the fact that it's a second keyword, meaning it becomes a 4/5 with an unseen commando, and it happens to be an unseen itself, which is nice. So this might make a Horu unseen deck more likely, because before, as you saw in my last Eternal Bruce video, I talked about sort of a Felnport Ninja's Felnport Unseen deck to have enough powerful Unseens, but this is a crucial piece that might make a straight up Uru Unseen deck viable, because you have like 8 Unseen 2-drops, 8 Unseen 3-drops, and a good Unseen 4-drop and an Unseen 5-drop, making this fit well. And this is just like a really good card that can go into a lot of decks, honestly, because it's just a card that's sort of pushed to the limit of the cost to stat ratio for this sort of curve slot, and has some nice utility added to it and a relevant unit type. So all in all, a pretty great card. Nothing too special or too interesting, just a good card. And last but not least, had to enhance the others because they were a bit too small. This one isn't. We have Icaria Valkyrie Captain. This is one of the more interesting and less powerful cards. So basically we get a 1/1 flying endurance, which is nice in the sense that if you play a commando on turn 3, she still attacks for 2, which is decent. Then you have an ultimate, which is pretty cheap, you pay 3, and then you ramp. So basically you have like a bad secret pages attached to it for Justice, but it's nice because it's like a 2-for-1 basically. And on top of that, when you ultimate Icaria, each Valkyrie in your hand gets +1/+1. The problem is a bit that skipping your turn 3 to do that and buff your Valkyries in your hand is a bit awkward, because there is a bunch of like 3-drop Valkyries you would want to play. For example, the 2/3 Warcry Valkyrie that gives you units with weapons deadly, or simply a Valkyrie Enforcer. So yeah, it's a bit in an awkward spot, but it allows you to ramp into, say, a turn 4 Markto or a melee. which is nothing to sneeze at. And once you hit the 6 Justice, Icaria turns into a 4/3 flying, which is also pretty nice. So yeah, the card is sort of interesting. Not sure how it's gonna play out and if it's gonna make like a Justice heavy Argentport Valkyrie deck viable finally, because there's another 3-drop that you obviously want to play on turn 3, which is the Inquisitor's Halberd, which is now a 3/4 since the recent buff, so playing this into Halberd is really nice, but then you can't ultimate. So yeah, this card kind of wants you to really use the ultimate on turn 3 every time. But it's nice to have two reasonably playable 2-cost Valkyries now between Icaria and the Soaring Guard. And yeah, we'll see if the card makes a splash or not. It's definitely a card that could make a deck and could see play, or just barely fall short of making it. Hard to tell by now. Also, there might be some more support for the kind of deck that Icaria would want to go into in the new adventure. We will be able to tell more once we know all the cards in the new adventure. And yeah, the new adventure is Icaria themed. It's telling the story of how Icaria went from Valkyrie captain to rebel, leading the Rebel Alliance and rebelling against the Argentport Alliance and Roland's Valkyries, and Roland specifically. Alright, that's it for now from the new adventure. The new adventure will cost 25,000 gold or 1,000 gems, and I would assume will maybe hit late next week or by the end of the week after. Given that they're ramping up the spoilers a lot, I could see it hitting on like Thursday or Friday next week, but we will have to see. Alright, that's it for this Eternal News with the latest spoilers from the new adventure Dead Reckoning. I'm ManuS, thanks for watching, I'm out, bye.